Okay, welcome to Team Limitless weekly call. Today is October 22nd. It's Monday, it's payday, and it's a good day. So we wanted to do just a couple of quick little things tonight. The environment and the atmosphere this time of year is a little different. I'm sure, some people feel it, some people don't, but the fall turning into winter does tend to kind of shift some things around, whether it be schools really in the groove, or the holidays are coming, or people are starting to get a little stressed out about some stuff. So just, recognizing that this is here is enough, and we'll go through a couple exercises throughout this call that might help in that department. I know I feel it every year around this time, so if I feel it, everybody feels it, because everything that's in my head everybody knows about, because that's how I feel and that's how I think. Just like when we're driving somewhere, you should know the directions because I know them. Just kidding. Okay. So one of the things that has done a massive shift, and Jody and I were talking about this today, is social media. And this is one of the factors of why business seems a little slow right now. The fall does do that, but business is a little extra slower than normal. And that's okay. It's completely okay. But one of the things that's causing that is the change in social media engagement. So I'm sure every time you open up Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media platform you love, you're bombarded with transformational pictures, inspirational quotes, people asking questions about health goals and pitching products. So Facebook has become, Lori's our social media guru too. Facebook has become really an advertising place. And a lot of people are just like, nah, they're not paying attention anymore. And so we've got to adapt. We've got to do some things different. One of the things that that they've been sharing on the leadership calls in Isagenix is that, people are moving more towards a belly-to-belly approach. And for those of you who have been around for a while, Wendy, you know this too. In the beginning, we did these belly to belly. We had more events. We were meeting people. We were doing launch parties. We were having in-homes. We were meeting people at coffee shops. We were doing a whole lot more belly to belly. And then when social media really picked up, we didn't have to anymore, because everybody was ready and willing to go on social media. Lori Rizzo, that's how you signed up. You just said, whatever it is, here's my credit card. I want it. Send it to me. And that's when social media was really, really working. And right now, people want that connection again. And so we've got to make some shifts. And quite frankly, I think that now is the perfect time, because like I started with the call, is that, we have a little stuff that goes on this time of year where we start to maybe get into a funk. I'm not talking about everybody, but some people get into a funk this time of year, and being connected and being social and having those bonds is what helps us through these things. And again, not everybody goes through this, but this time of year, there's a little bit of that. So no matter if everything's great, making these bonds and making these connections is only going to add value to your life. So as far as social media goes, just from my perspective, what I've done is I've stopped really promoting so much on Facebook. I've done a lot more on Instagram, but much more of just kind of like what I'm all about. And this is another topic that came up recently, is a niche. Do you need a niche? I don't think so. I personally don't. Some of us end up having a brand because of the things that we display and project, but a niche, if you have a niche, like say there's one type of person that you're catering to, like say I'm a soccer mom, and I want soccer moms. Are you ever going to get a Wall Street executive? No, you're going to get a whole lot of soccer moms. Not a bad thing, but when you put yourself into a niche, again, it's not a bad thing to have a niche, but if you're searching for a niche so that you can expand your business, but you don't really have one and you're trying to search for it, maybe you're searching for the wrong thing. Maybe what you should be doing is kind of looking in and getting back to your why. Why are you doing this? What do you want? What is your vision? What makes you happy? What gives you goosebumps when you think about it? You know, a lot of people misconstrue why and goal. So the why is the fulfilling part, right? The money is not fulfilling. It's the why. Why you want the money is the fulfilling part, right? And there's no there. This is a journey. You know, you're not going to want $1 million and then when you get $1 million, put my feet up, I'm good, life's perfect. No, that's not the part. It's the what drives you to that $1 million. Because when you're in that journey, when it's driving you there, the $1 million is the last thing that's going to make you happy. It's all of that goodness in the middle, the magic in the middle. So if you've ever done a vision board, or if you hate vision boards because they're scary, or you doubt yourself, you don't want to put something on your vision board because you think you'll never get it, or if you put it on and you don't get it, you're a failure, or you feel like it's kind of materialistic to put on a vision board or hokey, I encourage you to do it anyway. You don't have to do a physical one where you're cutting and pasting. You can do it, just grab some images online and put them in a PowerPoint or just all over your desktop, whatever. But when you are not putting an image in your mind or in front of you of what you desire, the image isn't there for your mind to shoot towards. And instead, the images that you've got going on are what you don't have. Especially if you're saying, I don't want to do a vision board because I think I'm going to fail, or I'm not going to get that big fancy $3 million house that I put on there. So then you've implanted that seed of, I'm not going to get that. So do the vision boards. Who cares? Who cares if it's hokey? Who cares if it's uncomfortable? Just do it, because then your mind has a roadmap. Otherwise, it's going to go to all those places that you're thinking about, well, I don't have this and I don't have that and I wish this and I wish that. Make sense? All right. So Josh is going to talk a little bit more about the why, but I want everybody to really think about these things. This calls a little bit less training than it is like just kind of finding perspective, and really because it's just what's on my heart, because this is how I feel right about this time of year. And these things have presented themselves to me in a big way recently, or really right now, and it's really transformational. And I just wanted to share that because I feel like sometimes when one of us is thinking something, a lot of other people are thinking it too, and may not have given themselves permission to share it or think it or feel it, or really ask for guidance or help around it. So that's why I wanted to share that. I'm going to pause you for a second on the rest of that. I just wanted to go over a couple of different things. One of the things that's happening right now is that there's a group of about 43 of us doing a round of Transform You, and it's through the Growth You program. Rod Hairston is the creator. And, we presented it to the team that they could come through it and if they wanted. And we have an amazing group of people doing this. And it is just, Transform You is the perfect name for it, because massive transformations are happening. And I'm so excited for people. And it's huge opportunity for growth. And I wanted to share two takeaways from it, because if you desire a difference or change whatsoever, there's a reason, and then there's a way to do it. And we found this beautiful way, and would love sharing with people. There's a number of you on the call tonight that are going through the program, and I'm sure can attest to the greatness that's going on in there. Two 2 takeaways. I'm going to do one quick one, and then the other one's going to be slightly longer. But I got a message earlier today that said, in 5 days, I've added over 53 points for Disney. I hit the 10K. Okay, so it's not a coincidence. In my opinion, this Transform You has kept me accountable and on track and much stronger, blocking out all the BS.
5,300, not 53, 5,300 points.
Did I say 53?
5,300.
Oh, yeah, 5,300. Thank you. So that right there is my why. Like when I see people succeeding or getting excited or really transforming, and I get goosebumps and it makes me feel amazing. No, it wasn't you, Jody, but you're there anyway. That's my why. That's my purpose. That's what makes me happy and fulfilled. And, you know, that right there is not making me money. I don't care that that's not making me money. I mean, that person's not even on our team, but that's my why. That's what makes me happy, because I was a part of sharing this program with her, and she's using the program to the fullest and having success. That's what makes me happy. That's what pushes me forward to go forward with what I'm doing. Okay, so the next one, day 1 for this person. I'm already feeling a shift, which is actually shocking to me, frankly. Yesterday, I was moving through my day with a much more present mindset, and it felt absolutely incredible. I worked focused time through the day, even a mani-pedi during the day, and not feeling like I should be somewhere else. I even organized myself to get work done where I could while being there. And then when my kids came home, I spent quality time with my younger daughter, who has no after-school activities on Thursdays, going to the mall and simply enjoying walking around. I was fascinated by her smile and energy. I simply felt like I was living in the moments. So that's just a little snippet of it, but that was day 1 experience. Like, this is how powerful this program is. And, you know, it's so good that we just want people to see it. So if anybody's interested in joining us on the next round, we're going to start another one on December 3rd. At the same time, we're going to start the Inside Out Leadership program. They're both 45-day programs. We're going to run them in tandem. Josh and I are going to coach and mentor both groups. So if anybody's interested in that, it's going to start December 3rd. And yes, it goes through the holidays. That's okay. It's a 10 or 15-minute plug-in on 1 or 2 days that are holidays, and everybody has that capability while they're sitting in the bathroom, for Pete's sake. So, and this is about creating habits and creating shifts in your life. So if you really want those, then, you know, Christmas Day, if you're Catholic or celebrate Christmas, if that bothers you, then just get over it and do it anyway, because it's going to make a huge difference. All right. So moving on to a couple more. Shake drop tomorrow. Totally different subject. Brand new seasonal shake coming tomorrow. I'm not telling you what it is. Get out of here, Jen. What is it? So just get ready for that. Have your lists of current customers ready. Prospects. Hey, announcing what this is coming out. You know, get your orders in. They really want to help people focus on that 5-cycle bonus. So look in your downlines and see who's possibly close this week. Work with them to check their blueprint to see what kind of BV they've got coming up. See who has that possible 5-cycle bonus. Anybody who's sitting on the fence might like this new flavor. And this is a great opportunity to help people rank advance as well. Shake drops are a great way to do that, because some people don't have their spouse in, but they want the new shake, and you can show them how having their spouse order 4 shakes is going to help them maybe rank advance to consultant and helping you grow your business as well. And then don't forget about the daily lives, 12:30 every day. There's daily lives, they're little mini trainings. They're very repetitive, but they're very duplicatable and things that you can plug your team members into. So even if you don't plug into them or watch them, comment on them anyway, and like maybe tag some team members to try to check them out so we can get the repetition and the word out of these things, that these tools that Isagenix has created for us that really, really do help the business grow and duplicate and create depth. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, orientation Zooms. The attendance is not happening on these. We want to really promote these. brand new people, if you don't have to really hold them by the hand and all of us are going to do it for you, kind of silly not to plug them in. They can get on a call, meet the team, learn how to navigate their back office, be told by us about the auto ship and how important it is to them, so you don't have the pressure of doing it or if you're awkward about it. And they're told by us how to share with 2 people. It is a completely amazing system, a great tool that the leaders in the group are committed to. And I thank you so much, everybody that's doing these. And there's such a great service to the team. Please utilize them and plug your team members in. When you see the announcements for them, tag your team, new team members, even if they're a month or 2 old, just let them know. And we're advertising on Unleash You. So this is great for brand new customers, month-old customers, whatever that may be. And we talk about, lifestyle continuous, IsaBody challenge, all the wonderful things that we know are great retention makers, getters, whatever. Our New Year kickoff. Don't wait. Start looking at your people now. Just get people to New Year kickoff. You all know how powerful events are. Don't wait until 2 weeks before the event and scramble to ask people to go. Start doing that now, and get butts and seats. Go ahead.
All right, sorry guys, now we're gonna go backwards a little bit.
Yes,
so
sorry.
We're gonna go back to the why, because it is super important. There are people in this company, on our team, on several other teams that have been here for a long time, and they don't really understand what a why is, and it's okay, because we really need to go over this. So if you're feeling like, I really don't have a why, I really don't know what a why is, that's fine. There's a lot of people who don't, and we just gotta bring it back to the basic place. So we were at an event with Eric Worre and Kathy Coover, and we're in a room, probably 40 people, 30 people, and a girl raised her hand. She said, my parents do sip-in samples. My parents do home parties. They go to the meetings. They're on the team calls. They can't build to save their life. No one enrolls with them. They love them. They're great people. They're not enrolling people. They're not enrolling people. They're not enrolling people. And Kathy Coover got on the mic and she said, because they don't have a burning desire. And that is where the why comes from. A why, we can have little whys. I have sometimes, I have several little, you can call them stepping stones to the big why. That's fine. And you can have several big whys. But that big why, when you have a why is going to pull you through the tough times. Like when there's a little rut. So our business goes like this. This is what happens. It goes up, comes down a little bit, goes up a little further, comes down, goes up a little further. Ask any 6-figure, 7-figure income earner in their business too. Even the big, powerful people will tell you, it does this, it comes down, it keeps going up, but there's little staggers in the graph and whatnot. But your burning desire is something that you can't live without, something that it's on the horizon and you're working towards that. And for some time, many of us, we didn't know exactly what that burning desire was. We knew, maybe we want to contribute, maybe we want to slow down the work hours we have during the week. But is that really a burning desire type of why? No, but it's important. So this why, if you don't have this type of why, this is where the ruts come from. This is where you fall back to be the victim. This is where we all know, those of you in Growth U, deception takes over. Hello, that's where I was like 3 weeks ago. I couldn't answer stupid freaking questions in my face. Simple questions. I'm looking at them like, oh my God, am I an idiot? I can't answer these questions about myself. And I was getting mad, and I was, but it was so good because then I realized that's where I was supposed to be. That's exactly the reason why I had to do this. And not to go off, I could have come back to that for a second, but this Transform U, the Growth U stuff that we're doing. So some of you know I have another company. It's called $1 Million Practice. I do practice consulting. I show doctors how to make a lot of money, have a niche. This is now a part of their learning, because what I've realized is you can show someone how to look at P&Ls. You can show someone how to look at spreadsheets and cash flow, and you can teach them protocols. You can put equipment in their clinic that gets people well. But guess what's not going to happen? They're not going to be successful long-term if this doesn't grow. This has to grow. So this is not an Isagenix thing. This is not a network marketing thing. This is a people thing. This is having a better relationship with your husband, with your wife, with your kids, with your friends. And you know who most of all is important to? That's not even English. You know who else that is very important having a great relationship with? Yourself. And that's where the growth is. And you've heard Dave MacArthur.
You see, you've grown. You recognize that wasn't English.
Exactly.
That's good.
Dave MacArthur will say over and over again, you hear this, anybody in real personal development, your goals right? We can only achieve the goals as far as we grow. So the goals can only be obtained at the same level as our growth happens. So if we don't grow, those goals over there are never going to happen. And your flat tire are going to ruin your month. Instead of, okay, just got to get out and fix it. Be done with it, right? So that's how important this transform you and this growth you stuff is. But the whys give us value to keep going. And guess what follows the value is the money. So when Lisa was talking, I kept thinking about people who are what we think of, we classify them as materialistic. It's not that if you like nice things, there's nothing wrong with that. But some people who find no deep connection with that materialistic good, once they get it, they're now looking at the next thing. They have 1 second of satisfaction and pleasure, and then they got to go find something else and find something else. That's when you know there's no deep connection there. They're lacking something. They're missing something. But when you have a why, I'm now, okay, it's a little slower now. This is what I still want this. In 18 months, I want to have that. So I'm going to keep going. And when I keep going, I spread this value. When I spread this value to others, it lifts me up. And that's really what helps us keep going when things dip a little bit. We get the engine fired up again. So we were just on another call. We were on a Growth You call. And this guy blew my mind right now. And it's so true. Whatever, ask someone what they want. Some people will first tell you what they don't want. Well, I don't want to be poor. Well, I want to lose weight. Instead of saying, I want an abundance of money to help build an orphanage. I want an awesome looking body with lean muscle. Not I want to lose. Not I don't want to not have. So when you hear that negative talk, even though they're trying to tell you something they want, but they go to what they don't want, that's a cry for help. And that's where you step in. And that's where you connect with them and you help them to see the light of the whys. And when you can explain what the possible whys are for that person, you've now just thrown value into their life like you can ever imagine. You just lifted them up and they in turn lifted you up. And guess what follows after that? It's the money of real value, not the materialistic goods. So
then you can buy the materialistic goods.
Right.
And then they'll actually feel better.
So I hope that makes sense.
Let me add to that, because a lot of people have trouble finding their why. Like, I don't know. I'm happy the way I am, or I don't really have a goal, or I met my goal, or there's nothing really that drives me forward. So that was me. And I couldn't figure out what the heck was wrong, because I was like, well, things are successful. I set a goal. I hit it, but there's nothing really inside me that's pushing me forward. It's just, I know I got to do it. I know I got to do it. I know I got to do it. And it wasn't really a passionate thing. And so I actually reached out to Carrie MacArthur, and she helped me with a process of really uncovering my why. And that's when I figured out that I had whys and goals confused. Really all she had to do was, first she asked me what I love. What do I love? So I listed a bunch of stuff that I love. And then we circled 3 or 4 of those that were my top things that really make me feel good. And then core values, which are all typically similar to what you love. And then at the very end of the conversation, she gave me some amazing stuff. She's a beautiful, beautiful person. But at the very end, she said, from here on out, just look at this. And I look at it every day. I mean, I wrote big old notes. She said, look at this and think, why is this important to me? So whatever you have on your vision board, why is it important to you? What kind of feelings does it invoke? What kind of smells? What kind of temperature? Whatever it is, how does it feel? How does it look? Why is it important to you? And when you think about why it's important to you, you find those whys. You find that reason to get up every day and just go and do what you know you need to do to get there, to get that feeling, not to get to the destination, to get to that feeling. Like that message I got from the girl who just got 5,300 points in a week, that's that feeling for me. It was amazing. And one of the things that that Carrie said to me is that success is bigger when it includes other people. And it's also better. It feels way better when you do it with other people. And that whole the session with her was super amazing. And I can't even tell you how many years I have been like, I don't really have a strong why. I know what I should have for a why. I know what my goals are. I know what I want to do. But I was really like, yeah, I was the meh emoji, I didn't really know why. And it took me this long to figure out that I had to figure out the why, because I was just on autopilot. And then, when it finally freaking presented itself, holy cow. And that's my focus. And the money is not the focus, and the success is not the focus, because that just happens. When you focus on what makes you feel good, it all just falls into line. And I'm so thankful for the shifts that are happening right now, and thankful for the team, and thankful for everybody that shows up and really, is committed to this process, because we know it's a process, and at times it can be a struggle, times it can be amazing, and it's a process, and we value all the commitment.
Awesome. So we got to jump off in a second, but I just want to talk to you about this. That was great. Does everybody like these 30-minute calls? We've changed, as you know, from an hour call to 30-minute calls. And we hear feedback that you guys really like the 30-minute call. The downside is there's not a lot of time for questions and talk. So next week, what we're doing is it's going to be an open forum. Let's talk about stuff you want to talk about. Okay. We need to make sure everybody's got a voice. And because everybody wanted to do a tighter call, that's great. It's more efficient, but we don't feel great when there's not enough time for contribution. So next week, bring questions, bring your people on. If you have new associates on, new consultants, and they've never been on a call, say, listen, come on board. You don't have to talk. We're going to be just having an open forum. It's an open boardroom. Let's talk about anything. Basic stuff is important. It's not, oh, I don't want to ask this question. Trust me, we need to hear it, and we all learn from it. So next week, open forum. Let's check. You don't have to talk, but bring some stuff to the table. Let's figure it out, whether it has to do with comp plan, talking to people, whatever you want to chat about. Let's do that. And then if anybody does want to get in on our group that's already running, send Lisa a message. But no?
No, you can't get on the one that's already running.
I thought you said you wanted to.
No, you can't get it. No, not the one that's already running.
Oh, scratch that. The next round we know about. I thought you said we want to ask people. Oh,
no, you can't. The cutoff's December 3rd is when we're going to do it.
Definitely let us know, too, because we have limited codes. So you all know what happened last time. We said by Sunday. If it was after Sunday, some of you will pay more money. So make sure you let us know, get involved, and we'll see you next week for an open forum.
Lori, I love that. Sometimes a good life prevents you from the great life. That's beautiful.
Boom.
And Crystal, does that make sense what the other group is?
Drop the pineapple, Laurie. Drop the pineapple.
You said there was 2 different groups, right?
Yeah, so we're going to do Transform You again for the 3rd time, and then we're going to do the Inside Out Leadership in tandem.
What is the Inside Out Leadership?
It's the next level. It's
okay.
Like really amped up leadership training.
All right, guys. See you next week. Thank you. Oh, drop a comment when we post it. Please comment that you watched it so your people watch it.
Smash that like button.